What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 PTS video. And in today's PTS video, I'm going to show you the weapons and named weapons that have dropped so far in PTS Phase 1. So there are two different weapon types. One is a assault rifle and one is a LMG. But I'm going to show you what they look like in PTS Phase 1. They are not going to look like this in the end product. They are not supposed to even be in the PTS. When I had these drop, Yannick was telling us that they should not be in the game and that these are placeholders until Phase 2 of the PTS when all of the gear and weapons get added to the PTS. But I'll show you what they look like right now. We'll look at them, we'll explain them, we'll, shoot them, all of that. Just that way no one gets confused, because I have gotten so many messages and comments that are like, well, these named items are out right now. What about this new talent? What does this do? And I've even seen people try to explain how the talents work, but in reality, these talents do not work. They don't work at all. And Yannick confirmed that. The talents don't work, and the weapons are a placeholder until Phase 2. They're not supposed to be in the PTS. So that's my disclaimer. Out of all this, if all you learn from this video is that these weapons aren't supposed to be here, then there you go. You can go home, be happy. But if you want to sit back, relax, enjoy the video, see what these weapons do, let's talk about it, then yeah, by all means, chillax and enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let me know in the comments section below what you think. But all right, so the weapons in question, we have a assault rifle and a LMG. Now I'm going to show you what they look like in the PTS Day 1, Phase 1, and then I will show you the patch notes on what these weapons are supposed to be. So I'll show you what they look like right now, and then we will talk about what they are supposed to be come Phase 2. But here we go. So the first one that I had drop was the King Breaker. So this is the named assault rifle that is supposed to be with perfect flatline, and we'll talk about that whenever I pull up the PTS patch notes. But let's look at what it shows right now. So it says King Breaker, and then it has like a little description at the top. It says, the limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. And this was by Frederick Douglass. Now you can see I already almost have this one proficient. I have it at proficiency rank 8. And it came with max headshot damage, near max health damage, and then I rolled max AR damage onto it. Now what you would see here is that the weapon kind of resembles a FAL right now. Like if we're looking at this, this kind of resembles an FAL. However, when you look at the actual, right here, the card, or whatever you want to call that, the graphic of the weapon, it kind of looks like a AKM. So it's kind of confusing to people. And that's why Yannick was telling us this is a placeholder. This is not the final product. This is the PTS Day 1, and this weapon is not supposed to be in it. So just take that with a grain of salt. This is all testing. This is not the final product. They will change this 100%. So just take it like that. Because I've had a lot of people say, oh, it just looks like an AK. Oh, it just looks like a FAL. Yes, it's not supposed to be in the game. So, yeah, let's talk about it a little more, though. So looking at the core stats, it's sitting at 139.4k total damage, which is stupid high. However, if you look at the RPMs, that explains it all. The RPMs are at 500. That is crazy low, like stupid low. And then if we go down to the talent, here's the talent that everyone is losing their shit over. It's called Perfect Jeopardy. Now, I will say this again. This talent does not work. So if you are in the PTS and you are playing right now and you get this weapon to drop, it will not work. I tested it. I even was playing with this weapon while Yannick was in our group, and I was telling him, hey, it kind of looks like the procs are happening, but I don't see any results. And he confirmed, yeah, it's not going to work. Perfect Jeopardy is not a talent that is going to be in this game, or at least not for now. So let's look at the talent. It says Perfect Jeopardy headshots and weak points will build and refresh stacks, which will grant you 20% vulnerability applied to the weapon. So that right there makes a lot of people think, oh, well, it's going to make the enemy vulnerable and it's going to do this. And it's a very confusing talent. And it says one stack will be removed every 3 seconds, and then max stacks are 50. So let's do some math here. So you can have 50 stacks of 20% vulnerability on your weapon. What is so 20 times 50? So you're saying there's going to be 1,000% vulnerability applied to the weapon? Like, if people were reading this, they would already see, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he get 1,000%? What's up with that shit? Exactly. That's exactly my point. This is a placeholder. It's going to be changed, I promise you. And I'm keeping this weapon on my character because I know when phase 2 hits, it's going to be changed to, what is that, perfect flatline, I believe? I don't remember. Now, here is the assault rifle, and then the placeholder variant right here. So you can see, let me go ahead and equip the 2 of them, and then we'll go shoot them and talk about them. Okay, so let's go to the firing range. We'll talk about the assault rifles first, and then we will talk about the LMGs. Now, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the PTS so far. It is a test server, so any feedback at all that, you know, can actually be applied or adjusted to this PTS, please let me know. I am talking to them, and I am trying to get a lot of these things ironed out. Because, you know, not only have I been kicked and deltaed, but a lot of people have. So we all know they're working on that. We all know they're working on the new gear, the new weapons. So yeah, let's try to enjoy it together, and whatever problems we face, we will bump that up to the powers that be and get them adjusted and fixed. I don't really care. Oh my gosh, my PC guy doesn't have any mods at all. All right. So let's see what happens here. Now the non-variant, we'll go ahead and get them side by side. Here we go. So here is the there we go. On the left is the King Breaker, and on the right is the non-named variant, meaning this is what the weapon's going to look like to everyone else that doesn't get the named variant. So you have the King Breaker, and then you have the TKB 408. Now, that is probably not going to be the name of the weapon. I highly doubt that's going to be the name of the weapon. And if so, build videos are going to suck using that, because then you have to put that in your title. Oh, yeah, everyone, come over here and watch me melt people with the TKB-408. Like, no one's going to do that. Like, come on. So they're probably going to change the name of this weapon. So again, grain of salt, but I still want to show you because it is in the game and a lot of people are asking questions. So why not? We'll talk about it. Now, the base damage is the exact same. RPMs, exact same. And then I do not have a extended mag, so it's only going to go up to 40 rounds for each of these. Now, for the other one, I do have Reformation. However, this one basically dropped God Rolled. So shout out to Bishop Boas for dropping that to me yesterday. And then I can re-roll that Reformation off for whatever it is. Strained, Ranger, Optimus, you know, whatever your heart desires. But this one came with max crit damage, so I might go with Strained to test it and see what it does, but we'll see. The 500 RPMs is the deal breaker for me. That is so low. Is that lower than the Pestilence? It is. The Pestilence shoots at 605. So I really hope that the 500 RPMs are going to get changed. We'll see. But let's shoot the sucker a few times, see what happens. So we could do, let's see, we'll start off at 20. We'll see how the recoil pattern goes. Now, with the recoil pattern, I should probably, let's see, I'll take off all of the weapon handling things and make sure I don't have any of that on the character. That way we can look at the organic recoil pattern and go from there. But with it shooting so slow, I don't know. We'll see. All right, here we go. So first up, this is the King Breaker. Now, just to show you with the King Breaker and the Perfect Jeopardy here, I'll show you real quick. So headshots. And you can see there's no buffs, there's no indicators, there's no nothing. So let me go ahead and put on Invulnerable Elite so I can shoot them in the head for days. And this is just to show you that the Perfect Jeopardy talent does not work. And you can see there's no indicators, there's no nothing. Yeah, that's it. And it says that if we got headshots, it would build and stack vulnerability. That you don't see any stacks at all. There's no stacks on the enemy getting shot. There's no stacks on the weapon. You can see on the weapon it says 0, 0 on the right side of that weapon. That's where the stacks are supposed to be. You can see if I shoot in the chest, I am getting some stacks on the chest. Hold on, let's see what I can do. So I got up to 41 stacks, but then it goes away immediately on reload. Hold on, let me see. Because we're testing this live, let me see what that would do with True Patriot. Because if that goes up to 50... All right, is this the King Breaker? Yep, all right. So then King Breaker, and then it's showing that we'll get indicators on the chest. Let's see here. Yeah, and it stops at 50. So there's your indicator for the Perfect Jeopardy. However, it says on headshots and weak points, will it build stacks? Now, what are the stacks doing? Absolutely nothing. But let's further jump into that. So I have 53 rounds in my magazine, and let's get the 50 and see if there's any damage differences. I'm wearing True Patriot. Let me take off the 4-piece. That way you don't see any crazy buffs like that. So let's just put on this. Yeah, whatever. There we go. That way I can still get to 50 stacks, and you're not seeing any of the True Patriot applied. All right, so it's just sitting at 132 the whole time, 132. And then even at 50 stacks, it's still at 132. Nothing crazy at all. In fact, it dropped down to 117. And that's it. Go for the head. Nothing. I mean, I'm getting some crits, I'm getting some non-crits, but you guys can see that there's nothing happening with this talent. So if you're hearing that, you know, Perfect Jeopardy is this or that, it doesn't work, okay? So let's go back to the other build, and then we will go to 20 meters, and I'll show you the recoil pattern, and then we'll go over to the LMG. All right, so our first one is going to be the King Breaker, and our second one is going to be the TKB 408. All right, now we want to go 20 meters, and let's look at this recoil pattern. Make sure that I have all of the weapon handling stuff off. Go for crit. There we go. And let's look at the recoil. So I'm not even going to touch the, Okay, so it's just going straight up. And to show you even further, I can shoot the wall. We'll start at the bottom. It's just straight up. Okay. Now let's go to the second weapon, the TKB. I mean, it's basically the exact same thing. Yeah, they're basically parallel lines. But you can see, so that's your recoil pattern. And it is shooting really slow, but because it's shooting so slow, I can handle it very well. Very well. So you don't really have to worry about it jumping up or anything like that, and it does some pretty damn good damage at range. Okay, so that is the assault rifle and name assault rifle that is in the PTS Phase 1. Again, these will be changed and adjusted in PTS Phase 2, which should be next weekend. All right. So those are the 2 assault rifles you can get right now in the PTS. So let's talk about the LMGs. So first up, we have the named variant, which is the Dare. Let's see, which one of these would be better? Okay, so that one has rate of fire. This one has swap speed. Whatever. All right, and then the non-named variant is called the GR9. Now, again, we don't know if that's going to be, let me see. I'll jump to the patch notes right after we're done testing these, but I'm pretty sure that the GR9, I don't think that's the name of it either. We'll see. Now, looking at these weapons, boop-a-doop-a-doo, they look the exact same. A lot of people are saying they look like the Stoner, and I believe the named variant was supposed to be just like the Stoner. So I'm not sure exactly the thought process behind that yet. But again, this isn't the final product, so we can't really judge a book by its cover because, well, look right there. That doesn't look like a Stoner LMG. I don't know. It's kind of like a weird mashup of a few different LMGs. But let's look at it. And it definitely looks different on the back. Oh, okay. So the named variant has this like a matte black frame. And then the other one has the all, like the tan frame. Looks just like the Stoner LMG. All right. So let's see. From 20 meters away. And remember that the named LMG is called the Dare. And it also has perfect Jeopardy, but like we said, in PTS Phase 2, it's supposed to be perfect flatline. And we will talk about that here in just a second. Bear with me. Now, this one has another blurb or description up at the top. Nice quote. So it says, Dare, named LMG. If you dare to struggle, you dare to win. If you dare not to struggle, then damn it. You don't deserve to win. And that's from Fred Hampton, and I completely agree with that. Like, if you're not going to, dare to struggle to make it, you're not going to make it. But if you do, you might make it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Now, it actually looks really cool. The named version in my hands, look at this. It doesn't, I don't know. What do you guys think? It doesn't really look like the Stoner LAMG. But there are a lot of similarities. And this is the Dare. So we'll be testing it out for Phase 2 whenever we have, the spotter build and the pulse, flatline. So here's at 20 meters. Ooh. That thing is shooting hella quick, bro. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, did you see that reload? Yo, that reload was nice, dude. Look at that fast reload. That's, I like that. All right, let's go to 5 meters. Let's see here. So roughly, where are we at? 401 to the head. 312 to the body. Now let's check out the recoil pattern. So you can see where the AR recoil pattern was. So again, let's start with the LMG. A little bit to the right. So up and to the right. So let's try that one more time. Yeah, up and to the right. Now we'll go to the non-named variant. And we'll shoot over here. That one, I almost want to say, is more up and to the right than the other ones. Yeah. Really? Now, why would that be? I have crit on everything, so the weapon handling isn't any different. Ah, there was weapon handling on this one. Okay, so let's take that off. I want to make sure we're doing good test here. All right, so recoil pattern, here we go. That's not, I mean, it kind of looks a little bit dramatic. Let's see this one. I don't know. We'll do some more testing later, but that's what you can see. From the AR, it's pretty much just up and down. You can laser beam for days. And then with the LMG, it wasn't as bad, but the rate of fire is really nice. Like, you could be taking someone out from far away with this LMG. It's really nice. Like, you guys see that? That's, what, 40 meters away? 50 meters away? I mean, this thing has some range on it. I'm actually really digging this LMG. The way it's shooting, the way it's reloading, the way it feels. This LMG actually might be something. Especially if the AR is going to have such a low rate of fire. Like, look at that. That's crazy. But at the same time, I might be using that LMG. That's a nice LMG, and it comes with a crazy high magazine size. So if you're running the gunner specialization, you put that bad boy on, you might be able to get, 250, 260 rounds per magazine. That's really crazy. I like it. So those are the new weapons. We have 2 LMGs and 2 ARs as of right now. They are placeholders, so they will be changed for PTS Phase 2. So just remember that. All of this is subject to change, and it will change. The talents that are on it right now, the Perfect Jeopardy, does not work. And I'm going to go ahead and end this part of the video, and I'm going to show you the patch notes, and we will talk about the named AR and the named LMG and what they are supposed to be for PTS Phase 2. So sit back, relax, and let's jump over to those patch notes. Alrighty, so now we are at the PTS patch notes part of this video, where I'm going to talk to you about the named weapons that I just showed you. And a reminder, the new gear is not going to be a part of the PTS until PTS Phase 2. The new gear, and that includes the weapons. So that's why I keep saying that these weapons are not supposed to be in the game, that they are placeholders, but let's, we'll talk about it anyways. So new weapons right here, right? So we didn't look at the exotics. We are only looking at the named variants. So it actually does show the TKB 408 assault rifle. So that actually might be, and we did see the GR9. So those actually might be, I don't know. However, you can see right here it says talent perfect flatline. It'll apply weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. After 2 kills, it will apply a pulse to the next enemy you hit. And it says currently incorrectly displayed as the talent perfect Jeopardy. So again, it's showing a wrong talent that is not working, and they say it right here in the patch notes. But again, same with the Kingbreaker. It says the talent will be perfect flatline, and it will amplify weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies, and after 2 kills, it will apply a pulse to the next enemy you hit. So, there you have it. It even says it in the patch notes that it is incorrectly displayed, and that it amplifies weapon damage to pulsed enemies with perfect flatline, and that will be applied in PTS Phase 2. But all right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Kamikazevondoom, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.